morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi. And before we get started, guys, please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. So, a couple of days ago, I did talk about that the actress from Dragon Age Veilguard was criticizing the gamers for not liking the game, and that's why the company got canceled and all that nonsense, and there was layoffs. Now it's the writer of the game that's making the blame. So, Dragon Age writer blames anti-fans for game failures while ignoring industry's role in massive flops. So, here's the deal, man. And I've said this before. If you go woke, you're gonna go broke. If you keep going with this modern day identity politics woke nonsense and put it into your game instead of good entertainment and storytelling, you're going to ruin your own game. And that is what has been happening. That is what's been happening, bro. And, of course, BioWare, they had to do layoffs. Employees had to get transferred to other companies and everything. And the game lost money. Hell, they tried to cheapen the price in day one after the game flopped in day one. The next day they tried to lower the prices, especially in returns and especially for digital download. You know, the game failed. It sucked. That's the bottom line. But of course, these companies, people, the rioters and all, they are so blind and they're not seeing the facts of what has been happening, bro. It's not because the gamers, look, gamers like me, we wanted this game to be good. But with everything that has been going on and what they are trying to do, they ruin it for themselves. So let's get into this and you guys let me know what you think. David Gager, former lead writer on Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, is drawing new attention for comments made in recent Games Radar interview about so-called anti-fans. In the piece, Gager criticizes while he calls anti-fans individuals who claim actively work to see certain games fail as form of punishment for creative decision they disagree with. They turned from what you want, fans who would go out and spread word of your game and get people interested. But if you get anti-fans, they sort of do the opposite. They're very determined, suddenly to see your game fail as a sort of a lesson to others who would make games of the same type. So, like this. They listen to these woke mob people and tell them to create that type of game. So, they do that. But those people don't show up to get their game in support. Because why? There aren't that many of them. So, of course, you got gamers like myself. If we see these articles and what is going on and what they've done, what do you think's going to happen? We're not going to get this game. The game sucks. Period. You need to get that to your thick heads, bro. Get it to your thick head, David. The comments come amid growing online discourse around titles like Dragon Age, The Veilguard, and Concord, both of which faced extensive bad fan criticism over gameplay direction and perceived ideological messaging. Gager, who has not worked at BioWare since 2016, did not contribute to The Veilguard, which was developed long after his departure. The game was released in October last year and met with divisive reception from longtime fans. Gager's BioWare tenure. For context, Gager was a key figure at BioWare during what many fans consider the studio's golden age. He was the lead writer on Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of M, co-wrote Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and later helped craft Dragon Age franchise. However, he left BioWare nearly a decade ago, shortly after the launch of Inquisition, citing burnout and creative differences. After BioWare, Gager briefly joined Beamdog as the creative director before founding Summerfall Studios in 2019. Then he led development on Stray Gods, the role-playing musical released in August 2023. Fandom identity and culture clash. In an interview, Gator went on to argue that fandoms have changed, becoming more entwined with original identity and more hostile toward creative deviations. More and more fandoms are making the things that they are fans of integral to their identity. And if it's integral to their identity, anything that affects it or insults it insults them. See, this is the problem with developers, bro. They're not seeing the big picture. They're not seeing it. They don't realize that these type of games that they are creating is losing gamers. I mean, we had Atari, we had Nintendo. They were great example. They are great examples of entertainment, bro. Then, of course, Super Nintendo came up there. Sega Genesis, Sega CD, Sega Dreamcast, PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox, Xbox 360. They had games that were more entertainment, bro. And then slowly, Sony, PlayStation 4, Microsoft, Xbox One, they are trying to bring identity politics in there slowly, and look eventually what has been happening with the numbers of gamers right now. This is the problem with identity identity politics. If you're trying to put identity politics into these games, you are eventually going to ruin yourselves. I say this now, and I say this again and again. Go woke, you're gonna go broke. And these developers need to start realizing that, bro. Stop listening to these woke mobs. Stop listening to having identity politics into these games. If you stop, I guarantee you, bro, you will be making money if you start entertaining again, bro. But time will fly. We'll see. We'll see if things go on. So, you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. I appreciate you guys watching this video. So please share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. Again, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye, everyone.